It's Etan. I'm in Boyle Heights at Cinco Puntos, which is the intersection of 5 streets. This is a very important location because this was the site of the very first demonstration that the Chicano Moratorium did in Los Angeles. So this was the starting point of a march on December 20th, 1969, that the Chicano Moratorium organization did in order to protest the Vietnam War. And at the time, there were plenty of anti-war protests all across the country. But this was the first time that a protest had been done specifically to raise awareness of how many Chicanos were dying in the Vietnam War. So December 20th, 1969, a group of about 1,000 Chicanos met right here. This was a historically resonant place to start this march, because right here on Cinco Puntos, it's the site of 2 memorials honoring Mexican-American involvement in the World War II, in the Korean War, in the Vietnam War. And to this day, there is a 24-hour vigil that's held right here every Memorial Day to remember their service. So the Chicano Moratorium Committee was a consortium of a bunch of Chicano activists groups from across the country. They had met in Denver in, I believe, early December or late November in 1969 to discuss how they could raise awareness about the Chicano involvement in the Vietnam War. Now, among the groups that formed the Chicano Moratorium or the Brown Berets, which were an activist and social welfare group based here in Los Angeles. They had been founded in the mid-60s, just a few years before the moratorium began. And they all joined together, about 1,000 of them, on a march down Indiana and east on Michigan, ending at what is now known as Eugene A. Obregon Park. So I'm here in Eugene A. Obregon Park. This was the ending point of the Chicano Moratorium March that took place on December 20th, 1969. Obregon was a Mexican-American serviceman who died in the Korean War. So the Chicano Moratorium would become even more well-known the following year, in 1970, when a much larger march brought about 30,000 people out. And that was really a galvanizing moment for Chicano activism in the US, but also, of course, Los Angeles history. And it all started here. Obregon Park and Cinco Puntos, the alpha and omega of the very first Chicano Moratorium March in 1969. Thanks for doing LA with me.